Holy. Like, am I in the back rooms or something? Brother. Share screen. Entire screen. Window. Oh wait, it's because I didn't click it. There we go. Chicken jockey. Alright, let's see. Switch account. Hold on. I need to figure out something. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there. Now I just need to go ahead.
with Kobe, he is told by his live track. Did he investigate further, explore, but sometimes they find more paranormal activity than they already be. This YouTuber is exploring an abandoned building when they hear some potentially paranormal poltergeist activity coming from upstairs.
These are all the staff bathrooms. There's a guy in the sleeping back there. All right, Kobe, I'm done with the toilet.
As they slowly climb the steps, the first head, and then something out of my nightmares is dragging itself across the floor. Number 13. A ghost hunting channel called Holy Walkers is exploring an abandoned building at 3 a.m. to catch some spirits on video. The first thing they notice is a discarded bike and a pile of tarot. One thing they do record, though, is a noise that sounds like a firework or a shot. I think this sound might be paranormal because it's hard to tent. After a bit of here, they hear another phantom. Either someone was trying to scare them off, or something seriously paranormal is there. Number 12. The Shadows Are Coming For You, published by ILM and Bono Paranormal in July of 2021. This creepy clip shows you are never as alone as you think. A man is walking through an abandoned building, and his camera scans the room, being reflected. But all I do know is the cameraman has company. If I were him, I'd be getting out of there ASAP. Out again. Published by Toppy in February of 2022, a paranormal team encountered real demons in this creepy place. They soon hear sounds in the abandoned building and capture voices as they continue their search. Everything is falling apart and is probably unsafe. As they look down an endless dark hallway, they hear... And then this scares them to attention. There's undoubtedly something in here. The question is it human? When you're recording a number published by Korean channel Lonely Gang in July of 2019, this scary video was originally captured in August of 2013. The camera turns down an alleyway when up in the corner of the window on one of the this is. It clearly wants people to stay far away from this building. Number 9, at him from the corner of the room. Before he gets a chance to investigate. Despite this, Uday Hindi bravely pushes into the next room and discovers she is not a girl, but rather a creepy life-size doll. He roughly handles the doll from room to room and throws it on the floor, and that's when the doll decides it's had enough. I saw no strings when the doll moved. Did you? Anyway, he is busy analyzing some strange and possibly tests shortly before it goes all wrong. This part I feel like could have been from the way the doll was leaning on the wall before it fell, but the incident before that I feel could be quite real. Number 8. On March 17th, 2021, members of Museo del Horror traveled to a derelict building in an unknown city in Mexico, live streaming the entire adventure. Just after beginning their investigation, the group ventures to the side of the building. As they come to some stairs on the side, a faint growl can be heard on the audio. Like a growl or an attempt to whisper something, but it is difficult to determine what. From here, they enter the building, which is hollowed out and falling apart. Nothing of note happens until just after the 40-minute mark of the stream. A high-pitched noise can be heard, almost like a screech or another hiss, rubbing against another object, similar to metal rubbing against possibly one of the explorers, although nobody else seems to be around except Alfonso. The team decides to conduct a Ouija board session, which is not recommended for amateur explorers, by the way, to see if they can get any activity. Not long after starting, a very faint voice can be heard on the audio.
It's like
escucha.
Yeah.
I have a spot.
It sounds as if there are words in there, but it is almost impossible to make out. The voice can be heard speaking over questions being asked. Could someone be trying to communicate? Soon they get an answer of yes on the board after being asked a question, and the board remains active for some time. When asked if it is a man, it responds no.
Oh wait.
Throughout the session, dogs can be heard barking wildly in the background. The dogs were rather quiet prior to starting the Ouija board, and now they are nearly frantic.
You can do a lot.
Animals are known to be sensitive of the paranormal. Could they be distressed at what the team is doing? Or is there another explanation? In the midst of the session, by far the most bizarre event happens. Alfondo's attention is called away to a strange light manifesting on the opposite side of the building from where they are. In the opposite corner, it appears as if a flame has been lit, flickering. Suspicious others might be in the building. They call out and make their way to the area. One of the team members shows a few photos she took, and along with the glow of a fire, the windows make it appear to be daylight outside. However, the video camera always showed the windows to be dark. Furthermore, the photo camera was not using a flash, meaning it could not be a reflection. What could this mean? They decide to do a spirit box session, and instantly, the sounds the box makes sound straight out of a horror movie itself.
Oh, wait, you guys. Oh, you gotta build something.
Well, it is most likely caused by the rapid switching through radio frequencies. We have never heard another session sound as terrifying as this. Alfondo walks with the device to the other end of the building, and throughout hears some disturbing sounds. First, what sounds like... The most disturbing capture of the night is what sounds like a child crying out in fear or pain. It's hard to imagine what could have happened at the location, as it appears some manner of horrors still reside there, endlessly crying out in the afterlife. Number 7. Exploring with Darknet is a YouTube channel dedicated to recording abandoned locations in all of their various forms. This time the group finds themselves inside of a large building that looks to have once been a manufacturing plant of some sort. While checking out various pieces of rusted machinery, they can't shake the feeling that they are being watched. Distant phantom lights follow them and snuff out randomly. On the second floor, they come across a room that appears to be strewn with heaps of garbage and adult diapers. At one point, they come across another room containing more trash and a woman's right shoe. The left one is nowhere to be found, so perhaps there was a struggle here. If you can translate the writing on this wall, please let me know what it says and also what language it is in. It might give us some clues as to exactly what happened here, and maybe even make some sense out of what happens next. They then come across a final room on the second floor with a dirty curtain draped across the doorway. They take a peek underneath and are greeted with a final scare. Listen closely again and you can hear someone screaming behind them as they pursue. Their wails echoing off thin corridor walls. Number 6. Not everybody in India is a believer of the spirit world. One such debunking video of him exploring some spooky abandoned buildings in the woods left him scared but still somewhat skeptical. He goes exploring the abandoned buildings one by one, whistling and taunting for any spirits to make themselves known. Less than 30 seconds later, he gets a reminder as to why provoking the paranormal is a recipe for scary things in the woods caught on camera. A loud moan rings across the treetops, a scary noise from the woods that even Varun has to admit is strange enough to give pause. He gets a really bad feeling that says it wasn't wasn't paranormal, just afraid of a wild animal or something, and he gets out of there quickly. I think this brave explorer might be unwilling to admit that he just caught strange and scary evidence of paranormal EVPs caught on tape. He says this could be a monkey, but let me know if you agree. Here's another listen. It sounds like a ghost haunting the woods to me. Either way, ghost or animal, both possibilities sound terrifying. Number 5. In building, be prepared to find it occupied. All Around Lifestyle published this video in December of 2015. Mike wrote, "Me and a mate went exploring in a grain elevator, which is located in Poland in a city called Warklaw. The footage was captured on a GoPro Silver 3 edition. After exploring the cellar and several other floors, they explore the grounds. There are several other small buildings in the area, and as they approach one of them, they hear voices.
I can hear you.
And then you heard the vault.
No, I didn't.
Is you gonna hear there's someone in there?
This building is as dilapidated as the rest of them, rubble on the ground, but in the far room, the guys distinctly hear several voices. Mike enters the small building, and when the people in question appear in the far doorway, he asks in Polish if he can record there.
Yeah.
One man says yes, but another says no and tells him to leave now. Mike explains afterwards that he believes the people in the abandoned buildings were living there. Don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to run into anyone in this remote place." Number 4. This urban explorer thinks he's in an abandoned building, maybe not, published by Bulgarian channel Pini Studio in December of 2020. The scary video shows the cameraman standing in a stairwell. He hears something above him that sounds like footsteps. He looks up. After a moment, a hooded figure moves into view, just one floor up, blocking the sunlight from a window above. He stands there and they stare at each other for a moment. Then, terrified, the cameraman takes off running. Who is this figure, and what does it want? As it appears for now, we will never know. Number 3. Redditor Purgatory Adventures submitted this to the Chills Narrator subreddit, and they said it's one of the scariest events in Purgatory Adventures history. The Redditor described the events as the following. "We captured footsteps coming down the stairs at us. The ghost hunting team appears to be in an abandoned building of some sort. One team member sits in the middle of a mostly empty room, but keep your eye on the door in the top right. And just like that, clear as day, they hear footsteps coming from the other side of that door, like someone is walking down some stairs."
What the That was like in the staircase, man.
Something tells me they're not alone in this place, but the question now is whether it's a ghost or a stranger. Which one do you think it is? Either way, I'd be staying far away from this place.
I really don't want to.
What the That was like in the staircase, man.
Number 2. What would you do if a poltergeist became more and more aggressive? Published by D-Dog Michael in January of 2022. This scary video follows this paranormal explorer through an abandoned building. Michael first encounters some unsettling sounds like bottles trembling. He thinks it's just the wind at first, but the sound becomes louder and more aggressive. This makes them run back downstairs. As they continue to explore, a window panel slides open, and later he hears regular banging noises in the hallway.
Wait, where's that at? Okay. We got to go down.
Oh, right here.
Oh. Creepy.
When he goes to investigate, the banging noises get louder and more frequent. As he approaches a door, he asks the spirit if he can go in and look around, but the spirit seems to answer in the negative.
잠깐만 들어가도 될까요? 사람
He runs off, but replied. Finally, inside the room, there doesn't appear to be anyone around, but he hears another sound. Out in the hallway again, he reaches for a second door, and a loud noise is heard behind him.
우리 얘기를 합시다.
Later, he is in a dark bathroom when chaos again breaks out behind him.
잠깐만요.
He continues into a bedroom, and then he sees this shape in the window.
안으로 들어가 보시.
Michael decides it's time to leave this place before whatever haunts it won't let him go. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe videos every week? If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. Davo Velkrat explores an abandoned building on YouTube Live when his expression is interrupted by a distinctly human voice, or at least eventually Davo tracks the noise to a single room not far away. He waits for another minute, hesitant to go any further, and sees a face poke around the corner, but when he rushes in, the person is gone. A closer look at the room shows that there are no windows or doors that they could have escaped through from where they were positioned. There simply should be no way for them to disappear, and yet they are gone, leaving Davo Velkrat wondering what the heck is going on.
Why buy?
Number 15. A YouTuber named Jessie V and her sister Mandy are constantly hearing their insistent fans who demanded to know the answer. They finally work up enough courage to take a ladder up there. Mandy goes up first and gets a really bad feeling. She's describing the general layout when they catch something that might have followed her back down. In a mirror on the wall is the reflection of a figure that is a quarter of the size of Mandy, whose much larger reflection can be seen right beside it. Whatever this is, it's standing right in front of both of them. Jessie turns the camera to reveal her father standing off to the side, but he is way too tall to be it. Also, this figure lacks any color or detail at all. Only later, when a commenter pointed out the creepy shadow person, did they go back and review the video. No answer was ever provided. Number 14. Two friends stand on the edge of the woods looking for a figure that's said to haunt their suburban neighborhood in Missouri. What they encounter while exploring this forest opening has left people asking if it's real or fake for years since. A shadow person kneels in the woods, regarding them without saying a single word. They see the shadow for only a moment, but it's scary enough to make them drop the camera and run. Later, they retrieve the camera and upload it onto YouTube. If you listen closely, moments before they see the strange figure, you can hear his friend Ben saying he feels something piercing through him, something like its cold, lifeless stare. Number 13. Someone's life was taken here, and the shadow person remains. Is it the person who passed, or the person who ended their life? Published in December of 2021, Drana and Mike's paranormal adventures entered this house and got more than they bargained for. While exploring the home, the spirit speaks to them. The voice sounds like it's whispering, "Help me out."
Why sound like that?
As they continue to communicate with the spirits in the darkness, Drana feels something touch her on the shoulder.
You know any about me?
Did you just touch me on my shoulder?
Food service.
Later, in another room, Drena and Mike are talking with someone off camera, and the camera scans from one side of the room to the
Oh, it's
other.
getting close.
This is when
Wait there, Officer the mic. Go first. Yeah.
in the next room over, the shadow appears. It looks like it's ducking behind the door, and it disappears in an instant. Is there a lost soul in this haunted home? And if so, who does it belong to? I know I wouldn't go back there after seeing this, but I do really think this place needs further investigation. Number 12. This video of a speedy silhouette looks like it has to be in fast forward, but as the timestamp shows, it somehow manages to cross the room in less than 1 second. I can only assume that this shadow person has been seen at least once before, hence the bedside camera. Notice how all of its features remain blacked out despite there being plenty of natural light. What's particularly worrisome is how it clears the room in an instant and then comes back into the frame to linger by their bedpost some more. Apparently, the two seem to share a mutual fascination. Number 11. Reet's boy records what he thinks is a rare creature sighting, and while I think he might be right, I would like your help to confirm. Some of the dogs in his neighborhood are going crazy, so he zooms in on. At 38 seconds, you get a much better look when he zooms in.
Bro, do you see it?
It's hard to tell for sure, but I think something is definitely there, and it kind of looks like the upper half of a shadow person. Fear suddenly overcomes Reet's boy, and he runs back inside before it gets any closer. Definitely the smart choice. Number 10. These friends travel to an abandoned church in Wales that gives all three of them a sinister feeling before anyone steps foot inside. It may have been nice when it was first built, but with ivy growing up the side and dirty water pooling around the foundation, this church looks corrupted, the perfect place for spirits to roam.
That is proper evil looking church.
The inside looks trashed by partiers, cans everywhere, nothing picks up on camera. Still, the feeling that they are not alone only grows more persistent with every step, and as they cross a large empty room in ruins, commenting on how evil it feels, they do pick up two anomalies.
Oh, evil?
Oh, let's go. You can rebuild
They've like done, dare I say, a really good job of like securing it though.
I'm almost positive that the first anomaly was a lens flare caused by light coming through the window, but the second sighting, the shadow person, is much odder. Really good shadow, except there's no lower half, so it might not belong to anyone in the group, or anyone alive for that matter. Number 9. Posted by Cosmic Messenger 01, this video teaches you that what's ever lurking in the shadows isn't what you should fear. The shadows themselves are. Taken at the Campo Grande MS Penitentiary in Brazil, the grainy footage shows a dark gray barracks appearing empty at night, although it's likely not empty, as clothes hang on wires out of each of the windows. Now watch on the bottom floor as something appears to be moving on the side of one wall. The shadow person begins to move upward before moving sideways and appearing to duck down behind some clothing. You can see the shadow duck out again, moving in an amoeba-like style towards the wall and upward, before the shadow disappears out of sight. What is going on here? Is there a prison ghost here? Whatever it is, I don't want to find out. Number 8. A British YouTuber named Joe Weller learns from his friend Elliot of a haunted schoolhouse nearby that was built in the 1800s. They agree to go in the middle of the night to make it all the more legitimate and scary. This place is abandoned, and yet there's a black gap where the curtain's been particularly drawn back, just enough for someone to peek through. Or maybe this is a shadow person leaning out. Joe wants to turn around before the sight of barbed wire, but Elliot convinces him to jump over and go inside. Someone must have really wanted to keep people out of here, or maybe it's to keep something contained within. They walk around the back way and ivy is creeping along the walls, so nobody lives here. But wait, someone's at the window, a pale ghost girl. While over a dozen people see her, can you? And when he shines his light on it, it's gone. Number 7. Here's another video of a different warehouse that's possibly haunted. Take your screen, presumably late at night, after everyone has gone home. The footage looks really grainy, which is also exactly how most low-budget security cameras look. Maybe it was a bug walking across the lens, maybe it was edited, or maybe it really was a shadow person silently floating across a work site. We'll never know for certain. Number 6. When you're arguing whether a shirt is red or maroon, the ghosts in your presence will know they've had enough of you two. Published to YouTube in May of 2020, this is what happens when a ghost gets fed up with your bickering, throws up his hands, and storms out of the house he's haunting. The uploader explains that during their last visit to this place, they experienced the door slamming but didn't have a chance to record it, so this time they returned to capture it on film. This video is cut down to 3 minutes of the 50 that were recorded. The clip shows the boys arguing whether or not one of their shirts is red before deciding to call it quits with the filming. Since it had been nearly an hour, just then something clearly slams in the distance. The uploader says his friend thought it was the hinges of the door rather than a ghost, but decides that the video is proof it wasn't the hinges. He also claims that he and a friend saw a shadow person in this building as well. The uploader writes, something said that it could have been air in the last upload, but it wasn't sure. The thing if it was air, instead what we call was a ghost slamming the door the opposite direction of where the air was coming from. So the force of the door slamming was going against the air. This was filmed in Harlingen, Texas, and there wasn't much airflow in the place according to the uploader. The group was sweating from so much stale heat. Well, maybe the ghost was too. Number 5. The David Livingstone Center is a reportedly haunted museum in Glasgow, Scotland. As these paranormal investigators are about to discover for themselves, they aren't even finished setting up their equipment when the poltergeist activity begins. First, something falls in the darkness, and then a piece of equipment flips over in front of them.
Oh.
They go to where the other object fell over and find one of the velvet ropes has come unhooked by itself. Since we didn't see it happen on video though, I guess we just have to take their word. Later, they head over to the chapel area where they think they see something move, but it's too dark to tell.
As if it's a person? Yeah. Is your name Drew?
When they take a picture of the corner of the chapel, however, this image of a shadow person is what they find.
Bro,
Number 4. Have you ever feared you're living a walking nightmare? Titled Daymares, this video was posted by YouTuber Ghosts of Carmel, Maine in October of 2017. The video begins with a short explanation. That 20-minute video opens with a pic of a shadow person appearing in a photo taken in 1906, which also shows the YouTuber's house. The YouTuber says this paranormal figure has been showing up a lot within the past months. The YouTuber then shows evidence of these instances with video footage of the shadow man standing in several places in his home, including silhouetted by the light of the window. He writes that he has a theory who this shadow person is. The man was short. In fact, people through fear. A few clips show the ghost grinning at him in the darkness. One night, there was a lot of paranormal activity going on in the YouTuber's house, including walking and banging. As he takes video footage of his dark home, he asks who was making so much noise.
They were walking around the bedroom all night long, making noise. I even heard rattling sounds, banging. Who was doing it?
On occasion, he captures what he describes as yelling in the background.
Well, was somebody down here yelling?
At one point, when he says hello, he is answered.
Somebody down there yelling? Hi, that
He hears strange talking and heads downstairs to see if the TV was left on. After discovering it's off, he places the camera on the ground and leaves it there in an attempt to capture the yelling. He leaves the house altogether, but a neighbor starts mowing the lawn, drowning out some of the noise. However, some moving sounds were caught on the video. At some point, the camera is knocked over, which the YouTubers suggest could only have been done by something paranormal.
Like.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year, like 11 months early, which takes you from the worst ever to the best ever. You already f***ed up, right? What do you have to lose? Look, I realize this pitch may not work.
Fucking shit, why'd you
It's the BMW i4, $499 per month.
Returns upstairs to capture some more footage. When he turns towards the door, there is some movement. He says it appears as if clothing is being pulled out the door, but after turning the light on, he finds nothing on the landing or downstairs. He returns to the bedroom and says the shadow person is in the window again. There is indeed a shadow there, though it's oddly shapeless. Then something rather solid seems to fall inside the room. He thinks it went under the bed, but all he finds beside the bed is a small teddy bear. Does this video make you a believer in this haunted house? If it does, get ready for some certain daymares. Number 3. This paranormal investigator's creepiest capture in a cemetery is bone-chilling. The YouTuber was exploring the hauntings at St. Joseph Cemetery near Kimmswick, Missouri, when she captured several EVPs.
Michael?
Later, while she was attempting to communicate with the passed on using a spirit box, Michael made his physical cameo. Watch to the right, just above the vehicle.
Which grave is yours?
Nobody appears to be in the vicinity. So to whom does this shadow belong? I vote for Michael. Number 2. A paranormal investigator named Exist wants to see if ghosts exist in an abandoned funeral parlor in South Korea. In this stairwell is where they record the strongest evidence of paranormal activity.
Oh, they got it.
They can't.
Something is at the bottom of these steps, according to their readouts. Snapchat finds activity in the corner. It looks like a ghost in a white dress with her back turned. Long black hair. They don't dare go down there and confront her. Instead, they sum up a music box that is hand cranked at the top of the steps and see if she will come to them. I'm not sure if a ghost is really doing this or if they were in control. If someone has more information about the paranormal equipment they're using here, then let me know if this part is real or if they have a secret way to control it. So much energy surrounds them that the music box never stops playing. They have to manually turn it off, satisfied that this experiment was a success. Next, he records his Snapchat filter to see if any faces are caught coming up the stairs. Instead, he gets something even scarier. Something walks right by them, opens the door, and holds it open for them. They respect the spirits to know that it's best to get out before it's too late. What's scariest about this image is the creepy figure it showcases. I'd be staying far away from the English-speaking YouTube community. I came across it on a popular YouTube channel that creates content in this language, and I wanted to share it with you. It's a great example of how unique elements of horror can be found all around the world, each with its own twist. So, what do you think it is? And more importantly, do you think it's real or just a clever effect? Let me know down in the comments. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. One of the most fearsome visions of a shadow person ever caught on camera. This clip will have any skeptic questioning things. Originally published by Ghosts of Carmel, Maine, this scary video was captured by its haunted homeowner. As the homeowner enters a bedroom, the man panics and steps out of the room for a moment. A split second later, when he returns, the figure has vanished. Are you convinced of the existence of shadow figures? I am. Ask these children who came across one while playing at night. The description of this video explains that a week after a woman took her own life, the residents claim that a female children were trying to catch a bird in the area at night, when instead they found the ghost and gave chase in the distance in the darkness. It appears to be walking slowly, swaying slightly. The boy follows just as slowly behind it, keeping a safe distance from the figure. Kids in the background eventually start crying. At the end of the video, the figure leaves the tracks and disappears in the darkness. If you ask me, they're lucky they didn't catch it. Number 14. A man is trailed. It looks like a little vehicle to look around. She appears for only a split second and then disappears. I understand why he would get off of his motorcycle. If he was worried about her safety and wanted to back on his motorcycle about this one. She also kind of looks like the girl from The Ring. So maybe this is just before I could see what they were talking about. Watch the shoulder lane on the left, and soon you'll see the shadowy outline of a mysterious figure.
You done it first day?
I have little doubt that this video is edited, so the question becomes whether or not this was an actual spirit. Notice how the figure is devoid of all features, a strong sign of the paranormal, and maybe it's just because they are passing by at a high rate of speed, but I can almost see right. Number 12. A parenting channel called the Mommy Wayopedia has thousands of subscribers who are looking for heartwarming family videos. Paranormal content is not what they seek, and I don't think she's playing around when she uploaded a rather realistic ghost sighting video for fans to analyze. So here's the background story on the past week or so, but never had the phone nearby to record and doesn't have a memory card for the camera. So she waited near the CCTV monitor for a couple of days. Of a mysterious figure is what she has since caught on camera. The mother tries to keep the fear out of her voice as she tells her son to keep reading a book out loud.
Oh, you read the book, baby.
Okay.
She doesn't want to scare him. She can't take her eyes off what she sees. Seated on the ground facing the courtyard, long hair and a gown. She's across from the main entrance waiting for them to come out. The see-through figure does not move, but look closely and at 10 seconds, you'll see this object across from the ghost is moving all by itself, or maybe it's the wind. The Mommy Wayopedia has no idea what this ghost wants from her or her family, and is seeking advice on what to do next. I would say this is a camera glitch, but she's been seeing it on different monitors across different places, so it appears to be an actual ghost. With that in mind, the only thing left to do is either confront it or hope it goes away, and I'm not sure if either is going to get her any peace. Number 11. What
Dream to come to San Francisco. It was the experience of a lifetime being part of a dynasty.
You talk to them, you name them, you bring them inside to keep them warm. But real plant parents know you gotta feed them too, with Miracle Grow. Because what you grow, grows you.
rear window? This terrifying ghoul was caught on camera by a vehicle following the ambulance. Apart from the spirit, there appears to be Spirit's ghastly YouTuber named Paloma Renee decides to buy a supposed ghost off eBay. She receives this letter describing an old ghost from the 1800s that has haunted their home for years before being captured in a jar. The instructions look like they were typed in a hurry and are incomplete. Despite this warning, Paloma ending this very seriously at all and asks some pretty silly questions for about 5 minutes. They get mostly non-answers in return and are ready to end the session. But first they check to see if they offended the ghost. This is their cursed reply.
Or wait, are you gonna haunt us? Like, are you gonna make our life hell? Jin, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Watch their hands again and tell me if you think this is a real paranormal sign. Vickers Hill in Northern Ireland has a twisted history, and a piece of this history may have been caught on video. A bit of backstory. The footage shows a shadowy figure in Georgian attire cross the street around noon near the Church of Ireland Cathedral. Normal looking enough at first, that is, until it vanishes into the wall of history, so the dress is befitting of the area. According to the man whose grandmother caught this, what appeared to be a son, and he is wondering what these are. The Redditor explains in the comments think it's a fast-moving ghost or something leaving the scene. What do you think it is? Whatever it might be, it'll knock your socks off. Number 7. Not Edmar. Down there gets scarier every time because paranormal activity is always on the rise. The creepy things down here all start with a ghost slamming the door. Seconds, he gets his reply in the form of a bizarre twisted figure caught on camera at 41 seconds, a physical manifestation of the ghost in the basement which he so fears. It seems to be bound tight in a cloak, and I can just barely make out 2 white eyes. The ghostly presence is caught on video but not in real life, and so our timid investigator keeps exploring the haunted place. Not for long though. His mission will be abandoned shortly. He is about to flee.
Why is the ball moving?
He questions aloud what his eyes are seeing. as a ball is caught moving by itself, or more accurately, like a ghost has pushed it. This could easily be done with the pull of a string, but that still doesn't explain the ghost sighting caught on tape earlier. Number 6. This is one of the most haunted places in the UK, and an aggressive entity called KJ Hauntings spends the night here, and they find the black mark. Also sounds like a cry to me. And this one, judging by the terrible cries and odd bangs, will be next. Number 5. 3 bankers have a conversation during a slow day when the silhouette of a child darts across the empty lobby. Watch this part and try to translate what is said immediately after. And yet the figure looks completely covered by shade. Not a single detail is visible as it runs by to where it just was. Nothing is there at all. You never hear the door open or any footsteps. It's simply gone. Number 4. This is the same house that made number 2 on my list about mysterious things caught on tape in Texas. In that video, I verified that somebody really did have their life taken while exploring the premises. Now,
Whoa!
you can see what appears to be as a prank. Can someone who has the floor, if you can, either way, many people claim to have seen the ghosts of small children in doorways and windows of the abandoned property. So even if this video is fake, then the house is almost definitely still haunted. Number 3. Larry Glow has a haunted home that keeps him on edge at all times. He records down the hallway because a ghost is down there. He's sure of it. I'm not sure what he is saying and need your help to fully understand. Here's a loud noise from behind as the ghost walks past and touches a light. The living room is where he all set up. Here is the same scary moment from a different angle. As you can see, he hears a bang, turns around, camera, or are these objects moving on their own? Number 2. A ghost hunting channel and therefore plenty of paranormal evidence to be found. K2 meter in hand, they walk down the paranormal path and wait for a sign. Occasionally they feel watched and stop to scan the horizon, but nothing is there. Soon a general feeling of unease becomes so unbearable that they stop to put down the K2 meter. They know a life was lost here and a ghost is nearby. They can feel it, and then
एहसास करवाएं वैसे आपने करवा दिए हैं
भाई रेटिंग देखो कितनी तेज आई है
अच्छा हमें साइन मिल रहा है
the ghost hunters aren't surprised to see the K2 meter spend time staring into the
कबीर भाई सामने देखो
Does he prove they want to? It's easy to say that this is fake because they don't go forward far enough, but you know, this paranormal ghost sighting video could be real. What is going on here? There must be about this image is the horror it showcases. It's currently trending in the Arabic-speaking YouTube community. It's a great example of how unique elements of horror can be found all around the world, each with its own twist. So what do you think is going on here? And more importantly, do you think it's real or just a clever effect? Let me know down in the comments. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. This convincingly real ghost sighting was caught on a Ring doorbell camera, tilted at an interesting perspective that shows us more than most other scary doorbell cam videos ever do. The mysterious figure appears from nothingness, which is scary enough, But what makes one of the creepiest things ever caught in the history of doorbell cameras is how the apparition continues to walk down the street for 37 seconds before disappearing again. Feel free to prove me wrong, but this could actually be a real ghost sighting caught on camera. Freaky, right?
Tomorrow.
Bears don't shop online, but you can. Explore a full collection at saharacase.com.
Number 5, meant for millionaires to see what the afterlife is like for the rich. After he is taking a personal tour in a cemetery that's supposed to be empty, he twice fails to see what many later insist was a shadow person lurking nearby. This possible ghost sighting over his shoulder is giving a lot of people the creeps. I think it was weird at first, but now I think it could have just been another person taking a tour. This encounter at 9 minutes and 55 seconds is what the fifth him, and therefore this is almost definitely just a couple taking an afternoon stroll and nothing more. This isn't paranormal in my opinion, but with almost 8 million views and new comments coming in all the time, I just wanted to analyze this video and put the rumors of this video to rest. Still, you should always watch out for strange people while on vacation, especially in a cemetery. Number 14. A man is cooking in his kitchen when a black mist appears behind him. Look for it on the left side of your screen. The man has his back turned and does not seem to notice what's going on behind him. What's especially strange is how the black mist starts to back away from the door when the man heads into the other room. Once the homeowner is safely out of view, the mist turns very dark and quickly darts in front of the doorway. No clear explanation has ever been provided, though I'd like to hear yours. Whatever the thing is, it's never been recorded again since. Number 13. Redditor's video was allegedly filmed at an abandoned house. The footage shows a man exiting his house at around 3 in the morning. According to a digital clock on the wall, dogs are barking outside. For a moment, peeking out before pulling back. What is this creature? And do you want to play? Number 12. Someone wearing long flowing robes, or it could be a shadow person. Maybe it's just me, but the ghoul looks much bigger here at 5 minutes and 54 seconds when he sees when it pokes around the corner at 8 minutes and 3 seconds. It seems much larger than the average sized person. Even from down this long hill, you can see this figure if you lets it. So Abdullah recites a phrase, at which point the ghoul recoils from the sacred words, or perhaps more realistically, ducks under the window and is not seen again. And, or did a phantom really spontaneously follow him? Number 11. Bell Tower Bat lives in a haunted hotel that's built upon a series of tunnels that are haunted as well. So she decides to go berserk a couple antique bottles that seem to have a ghost attached to them. Now it's time to doesn't see anything for the rest of the video until she gets to the very last haunted hallway. Figure looks at her down. Instead, the shadow person is devoid of color, so either this video was edited or else it's a real ghost sighting on TikTok. Number 10. Beauty and the Beastins is making a home vlog when she turns the corner and passes something terrifying that she won't even notice until editing days later.
And 2, he was bringing in
This all black outline looks to be about half her size and barely human. It's facing away, and its bald head is hunched over a wide cloak that extends to the floor. I was thinking, and I can see one of its long, gnarled hands poking out of an oversized sleeve. Judging from this video, I think this is either something paranormal or else a home intruder unlike any I have ever seen before. If I saw movement of any kind, I would have no doubt that this was real, since the figure seems to stand calmly. What do you think? This captures an unexplainable event that leaves them scared and confused. The hallway is calm and still a shadow person runs up to the cart and then turns away. Looks like it's a glitch. This video comes from a creepy whatever that's supposed to mean worth of trash. They turn around as if startled and shine their flashlight on the doorway, but they don't see anything. Neither did I the first time. Look again though, and you'll see the fleeing shadow of someone retreating from the doorway. Overall, it's hard to tell if this was a phantom figure or just the angle of the flashlight playing tricks across the wall. Number 7. Take a look at this quick if you think it's both sides. Number 6. Basements are inherently creepy, but this basement's resident shadow person will make your skin crawl. A shadow person was caught on camera in a Pennsylvania basement on December 15th, 2016. The YouTuber writes, "For the last few months, there have been weird bangs and noises in our basement. Sounds like someone is walking up and down our steps." He goes on to say that his wife thought it was their cats at first, since their litter box is in the basement, but on the night in question, about the basement noise, he brought a camera to prove to his wife that the cat, this thing I caught on you, is their daughter in a haunted house. After seeing this, Ken named Joey concealed behind him for a split second, and by wondering if it was just the dark, and therefore you see out of the corner of your eye, spirit. The video shows a man just trying to go about his day, taking out the trash. But as he opens the door, this strange small shadow leaps into view and quickly disappears out of the frame. The guy doesn't appear to see the figure in reality across the room. Others think it's a gremlin. Some who've slowed the clip down note that the figure appears transparent, was taken out, but its soul remained in the house. Better kick that to the curb too, before it stays for good. Number 3. Donnie regularly sees what he thinks is a shadow person in his home, down a dark hall, and these bottles move on their own.
You're not welcome here.
You and I both heard them fall, but this is around to knock them over. At least nobody that I could see, and just around the corner are the stairs leading. Number 2. What hides in the shadows can oftentimes be shadows themselves. Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by Mega White, the Redditor explains that she and her husband were away from home over a weekend and set up the motion detector Alfred camera app in their room for the surveillance. When they returned from their trip, they were met with this unusual and terrifying video. The clip shows a fuzzy bedroom backdropped by a doorway with either a light on beyond or a natural source of light casting inside the other room. That light shifts as something is apparently moving enough to set off the motion sensor. In fact, that something appears to pass right across the doorway, blocking out the light beyond for a moment. You can't know for sure. Redditors were locked and nothing was missing. She also notes that strange things have been occurring in this house for a matter of months. Like what? Meg explains we can always see a shadow walking out of the office through the wall into my closet. And I always thought I was seeing things until we caught this and started laughing at something in empty rooms of the home. A Redditor writes, "That's actually genuinely creepy." Of course, as with every potentially paranormal clip, you have your insect theories, but most agree that the clip looks legit and not edited or faked. What do you think? Are you freaked out? I certainly am. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. This home footage was taken at the end of 2016 in rural Pennsylvania. A man grows tired of it always sounds like something is running up the steps at full speed, but nothing ever comes through the door when it reaches the top. The man is confident that he will be able to scare off whatever it is that's lurking below. He opens the door and goes down the steps without a
Dude, I just saw, holy man.
Instead of running away, now alone. I guess it would. This video could be genuine evidence of an actual shadow person. As for the original uploader, he says that he and his family no longer feel safe in their home. They're now looking to move someplace else.
They say higher education is outdated, irrelevant. We say don't settle for your spirit in classrooms that are incubators for bold ideas. This is purpose-driven education. Take action. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu.
Heights are afraid of me. Final is calling.
Number 15. Remember that guy who was caught on a Ring doorbell video licking someone's doorbell of 2017? The footage shows a young blonde woman approach the doorbell. At first, it appears as if it was provoked by a dare. The woman walks up to the doorbell, holds up her hands strangely, as though she knows she's on candid camera, and then looks over too awkwardly, looking around at random. Before approaching the door again, is she waiting for someone too closer to the camera, and you can actually hear her bite. She then backs away again, as though well, it's all well and good. Camera seems a This unsolved CCTV video shows a man struggling to drag something heavy down the steps late at night. As he makes a turn, you can see he's staying late at the office happens to see him, which is how I guess this videotape was reported and later archived for further investigation. Nothing else happens until 42 minutes later when the incident repeats itself. The creepy man drags another mysterious black bag down the steps and out the door. At 10 seconds, you get a better look and it definitely looks like a garbage bag to me. I really hope that this person wasn't dragging two people out, but that's exactly what it looks like happens. Maybe there's a good alternate explanation. These objects from his room and never average hanger-on. The 5-man crew. And yet, in the second video, a 6th-person. They even realize that for 12 in rough shape, the man is having a fast-paced conversation with no one but himself, and he can't hold still for a single second by the door. As if they have no right to keep their front door locked. He barks a series of threats and demands and gets into a relative. Makes me wonder why he wanted to get into J Dunk's out of their own home. Everything Paranormal Show gets in on these stuff in mind.
Just to look paranormal freaky. This dude's checking at Abby.
Before he knows it, somebody is standing near his car. They're not moving, just staring him down. To be fair, what to him is a creepy man could just be someone wandering who is in their apartments. Number 10. This stranger in a hockey jersey demands entry. Would you let him in the stairs and continues to growl at the door?
Let me in.
The man disappears from the. Did he find a way in through the number 9? A YouTuber named The Modern Mombi is sipping her coffee while pumping gas. She is making a video probably in the hopes that it will make him too ashamed to continue, but he looks straight at her and seems to smirk. It's a weird and creepy expression that he has no excuse to. Then again, maybe the camera is the only thing keeping him from being more intrusive. He eventually gets in the car and drives away. That's when she realizes she's in her work uniform and hopes he won't be staring at her sometime soon at her job. Number 8. Have you ever had a night stalker? Ace has. He published this chilling video in May of 2011. The footage is of a man dressed in a black hoodie standing outside his bedroom window. The uploader appears to be located on an upper floor, and the stranger is standing below it in plain view staring up at the window. In the video description, Andrew explains, "One lady, my name, address, and phone number, and didn't want the personal info online. They're in the alley for about 30 minutes.
They've been there for about 30 minutes now.
As many in the comment section have noted, the scene is terrifying. Some know what happened after this recording stopped. This one was attracted to his doubt that he stops and looks directly at the camera at 9 seconds into the video. Covered is none other than Jason Chekhov himself trying to get some views. I would agree that this could be a possibility and try to wedge it open. Finally, they try to simply pinch and lift, painfully snapping back their fingernail from the sound of it. The point is, trying to break his way life in general when she decides to take a rest in the park.
Guy staring at me in front of me. He's been like holding the tree.
Notice how he lines himself perfectly out of her sight. He could come from behind.
And I am gonna leave. What a weirdo. There he is.
When she decides that she's had enough.
And now we get up and go.
He's still facing her direction long after she goes, arms innocently behind his back. Number 5. Doorbell camera captured an interesting visitor one night at around 10 p.m. It appears that the woman just stands there for a moment, breathing loud, and seems like she rings the doorbell.
Help.
Would this terrify you? It does certainly terrify me. I wouldn't open the door ever again. Number 4. Most of the time, security cameras capture hours and hours of useless footage. Sometimes, however, they capture something like this. Published in September of 2013, the darkness on a cold and wet night in the mountains far from a busy road and no immediate neighbors. The security camera is aimed into the wilderness and you can see a tree to the right side of the screen, but nothing else. That is until, right in the middle of the shot, the figure appears, walks and stops and turns awkwardly, not turning with her feet, but just twisting with her upper body. Then she walks forward again before taking a sharp right turn and veering out of sighting around the tree, and then is spotted back in the middle again, looking off into the wilderness, moving in the same strange start-stop fashion that she was doing before. A different security camera captures the woman walking up towards the house. Out of sight, it's not clear what she did along the way. Notes. Many in the comments think this woman must have been on something, but in the middle of nowhere. What do you think? I'm just glad they had security cameras.
When you walk into a Burlington, you'll be amazed at how much we've changed. Brands, trends, savings. It's giving you main character energy. Because at Burlington, the deals aren't the only thing turning heads. Seriously, with these savings, why shop anywhere else?
Burlington deals, brands, wow.
Where do you find the soul of BMW and those who drive it?
Lease the BMW iX for $699 per month.
Real Victoria is woken up by her cat hissing at something it sees in the bedroom window. The cat goes quiet when she starts recording, but it's definitely in through her window, and he very well may have been, but at 4 seconds he also seems to be looking up and trying to get the attention of someone in the room above him. In fact, I think I hear him shout something and whistle loudly at the beginning of this video. What is he saying here? Camera, or he... With that said, I do believe her, and I hope Real Victoria stays safe until her lease is up and she can get out of there. Number 2 writes, some dudes go to the Danakil Desert or a park. What is in the first frame? The video shows 3 kids get out what is watching them from a nearby tree. The ominous way it's lurking there makes the figure again around 3 minutes in. What is this? Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my nodding with whatever is controlling the light, which seems to respond more than once. Here's the seems to taunt him even as he walks away. Was this a coincidence, or is there no possible way?
Now it's not even turning off.
As soon as I just said something about it, it turns off.
A short while later, Chris sees a disheveled figure walk out from the back alley where he was just standing. They seem totally out of it and speak aggressively to an imaginary person in front of them. At this point, Chris, the stranger, sees him and begins to shudder under the same streetlight that was acting weird earlier. They seem drawn to this area and they start swinging their arms wildly in a circle, totally forgetting about Chris as he films and a man randomly appearing from an empty back alley moments later. There just seems to be too many coincidences in this. Deep tea vlog and haunted places and get there, and they are also quite sure some creepy things will be caught on camera before the night is through. And then it just sort of mysteriously disappears into the darkness. All of them run much faster than the figure was moving, but when they get to where they had just had the ghost sighting, they find an empty clearing and nothing more. Number 29. A famous actress in Indonesia named Leah Wade went viral when she caught these scary moments on her Instagram story. She and her colleagues are all together when Leah sees something that's beyond creepy. Over them is a strange shadow figure, an apparition they've never seen. Sighting video. The way the apparition is, she's an actress, makes viral mark is creepy, but keep in mind, even though I'm on the fence with this one, it's still chilling to think about. And as far as a viral video goes, I guess it worked well because it's certain 28 family was care that some think is a myth. Published by Jim Harris when a large hairy figure movie, and I'm guessing he made it out alive. This video are a number of them even share their own encounter. Look out the window. Looking out has one more hanger on. People are just chilling in a bedroom when something catches their eye. Turning toward the sliding glass door, an enormous pale creature is figure or not supernatural or extraterrestrial. Again after this. Number 2 in the parking lot, well, direction that he feels he is being watched from, and then he zooms in. Sure enough, this pale figure stands facing him. He turns around to go back into his hotel, but the feeling of eyes upon him returns. He tests. Their white outfit looks suspiciously bright given the low lighting. That was weird. Much closer next time. Number 25. Redditor ZZZ747's neighbor's CCTV camera captured something strange, and they just want some answers. Watch the top right corner of the yard. Into view before curling up the side. I think it could be you think it is. Men of
I hope you enjoy.
Creeping around the house is a strange, ghostly apparition. It was not part of the skit he was doing at all, and really has no place being there. Plus the way it looks from behind the...
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now. You call it an early present for next year, like 11 months early, which takes you from the worst ever to the best ever. You already f***ed up, right? What do you have to lose? Look, I realize this pitch may not work.
Why buy a new computer when you can save money instead? PC Cleaner fixes slow PCs by optimizing performance, cleaning clutter, and accelerating your system. Save time, save money, and enjoy a faster PC. Download PC Cleaner today. Clean, optimize, accelerate.
A man has 2017, he records. All you can do is hear his nasal drape, breathes in just a little bit. But for now, let's focus on a couple different incidences first, and possibly in hopes before his very eyes, starting at 1 minute and 33 seconds into a separate outside of his window. Half of a skeletal face that soon disappears into the bushes, black eyes and all. That definitely wasn't a normal animal, so what was it? Team, do you see the creepy goblin face with a long nose, big ears and open mouth? I can even see an eye, and that's the more friendly of the two faces. This second one looks like two worried eyes and a mouth into his home that fateful early February day. This upside-down creature is in fact one of the many beings who he claims to see on the regular. It's hard to make out exactly what this is, but it's harder still to disprove it, and it gives me a bad feeling all around. I tend to believe this video, and all of these sightings for that matter. He claims the quality of the video has somehow sharply deteriorated over time since uploading, and that the being at one point looked more detailed and even had horns. I don't see how this is possible for a digital copy to become less clear, but the colors do look muted here and apparently were brighter. So I want to know if you think that this necessarily agree. The problem is I do see a lot of what he claims on video. Tiv is partying at a rental home. They soon suspect is haunted after running some experiments. According to them, these motion activated lights don't turn on unless someone is in the room, yet the lights come on here when the room is empty. The lights might turn on whenever the door opens though, because when you watch it again, that's pretty much exactly what happens. So they could be wrong about the lights, but next they hear a faint sound from far away. It sounds like one of those really old-fashioned phones that used to have an actual bell on top.
Everybody has their phones, right?
Everyone decides to talk about it again in the morning, and they go to bed, or at least they try. Strange sounds continue throughout the night, stuff that's hard to catch on camera, like a single footstep and nothing else. The chilly vibe permeating every room, or maybe not. Number 21. Two unexplained videos have captured a strange sighting of a humanoid figure floating over Phoenix, Arizona. Anyone know what that is? Writes one of them in a Snapchat. The uploader goes on to explain that they were in their backyard when a mysterious figure silently floated over them, an all-black outline with what they describe as wings in the middle. While I do see what he's talking about, I doubt they are, so it's probably not that either. An experiment height shaped like a person. With that said, it's been over a year, and the strange sky sighting videos over Phoenix are still without explanation. The mystery is unsolved. Number 20. A vaguely human shape stands on the other side of a sliding glass door without making a sound. The faint outline never tries to get in, just hangs around the door for a while, but nothing has ever been on the other side. Understand why they wouldn't want to put themselves at risk. Besides, whatever this is, it doesn't really have much of a form, and I think I can see a smooth, flat surface where the face should be. It hardly looks human. Number 19. Is this the work of the legendary magician Hashina, published in September of 2021? This scary video is tantalizing. Some of the men are chanting. What are they trying to do? Exorcise someone of a possession? I'm not sure. But as the group sits there, a creepy shadow figure emerges from behind a door's fogged glass window. It rises, and there doesn't seem to be enough room. When you wake up tonight, this thing will be waiting for you. Number 18. Bill and Lisa have a problem at home that's not the average couple's quarrel. Bill keeps seeing movement in the house, so he sets up an infrared camera system to catch it on tape. This narrow figure glides across their dark doorway at night. Here it is again from another angle, an imp-like figure roughly the size of a child moving towards the stairs. It enters their master bedroom next. It's not tall, but looks powerful. And a short while later, the shadow figure runs down the stairs and out the door. This is most likely special effects, but there is one reason it could be real. Infrared technology is designed to detect heat. So when something is purple, like this shadow figure, it means it's detecting the absence of heat. In other words, the passing chill of something that is in the shape of a human. Bill also claims to have been followed by this shadow figure, despite moving to a new location. So tell me if this video is enough to make you believe one hiding just around the corner. TikToker, do you believe? On the other side of the frost, then it just disappears.
What the? She's scared to open my door.
Parades is beyond creepy. It doesn't look to me. Many in the comments are as perplexed as I am.
What the?
I have no idea what this thing is. My only advice would be, do not open that door. You don't want to give that thing an opening. Number 16. While you may want to be the focus of your selfie, sometimes creepy creatures in the background can steal the spotlight. Posted by Samik Bari, 27, to the Chills narrator laying on his bed. Figure peeks its head out for a split second before quickly pulling back. You don't see much more than some strands of its black hair. Andy notices this when he investigates the dresser. There appears to be nothing at a building that's so haunted he can't even get past to the elevator without scary stuff happening. Poltergeist activity every one way or another.
Sabe cuando vengan, que no saben que estoy aquí. Hostias.
Yeah, that sees the most paranormal activity of all. So that's a lot of freaky stuff. Video for last. You're not going to believe this one because Emily coming from his room. When he calls into the darkness, he is answered by the shadow person sighting. The dark outline. Or was it planned? Or was it a real ghost? Also, with barely any views on his videos, I don't see why he would continue for years on end. To him, Please Paranormal World says what they.
That's the sort of feelings this.
No figure, something up there casting the shadow. It's hard to tell. Later, when Mox hears a voice, he asks the spirits if it was there. Is giving off creepy. Number 13. When you go onto abandoned property, don't expect to be the only one there. Published to YouTube by Double Bins in January of 2008, dissuade you from ever entering an abandoned home. The clip White House appears to be in the middle of the country door. It's wide open to whom and destroyed everything in its way. Has a window open to the second floor. Ellie flips out, and they both race out of the house and across the field. Whether ghost or human, this is definitely something worth fleeing from.
I've been doing this all morning, and I don't have time for this today. Stop. Oh. Okay.
After setting the camera down, the
calm down.
You can see a distinct shadow figure standing halfway down the stairs. This is clearly the culprit who's opening and shutting the door.
He's okay.
There is definitely a ghost that likes mischief. I don't think this is at the level of burn the house down yet, but I would be keeping an eye on. Is about to get ghosted. Published by Scary Desk in February of 2022. A man on a motorbike stops in the middle of the road and he's looking down the street at something. A pedestrian also stops nearby and he seems to be looking at the same thing, which so far is off screen. After the pedestrian leaves, we see this. A shadow figure walks determinedly at the dude on the motorbike as he gets off. Runs off too in the opposite direction. This video was taken in Akron, Ohio by two teenagers. Foolish dark figure is surrounded by fresh dirt, as it apparently stopped to watch it for a while longer before driving off and uploading the video later. They have no idea what it could be, and neither do I. I was also unable to find any news stories of grave disturbances in Akron. Further, for whatever reason, we are part of an internet hoax. Some have been waiting. Shared by his original sources, may not be waiting at the DMV, but what he captures on camera in a waiting room is strange and unexplained. According to the video, he is waiting for his sister at school when he decides to take a random video. A dark, semi-transparent figure appears right in front of the man recording the footage. Do you see? How can you explain this? Is the camera's refocusing causing a momentary figure to appear? Around with it to find out. Redditor Lexi shares this mysterious video to the Paranormal Video. Did you see it? And yet, according to the Redditor, no one is in there. Some in the comments think there's a squatter hanging out in the Redditor's ceiling, but to me, this looks pretty clearly like a shadow person. Number 7. There's a large figure appears to peek out from beneath in the darkness. From the TikToker's description of the video, it sounds like the dark corner is another stairway leading down to another level of the home. What is that? It definitely looks like a person to me. Another mysterious aspect of this video is the movement in the reflection appears. That isn't a ghost, it's an intruder. Either way, I think she should leave. Number 6. The Shadows Are Coming For You, published by ILM and Bono Paranormal in July of 2021. This creepy clip shows you, look carefully in the window pane. A shadow figure passes by, outlined against the glass. It's unclear if the figure is outside walking past or inside being reflected, but all I do know is the cameraman has company. If I were him, I'd be getting out of there ASAP. Number 5. This video was recovered from a reason. He's taking a random video. Traveling. Watch. A dark shadow passes in front of him without a sound. The way he was talking out loud to himself makes it sound like he was talking to himself when the mysterious figure makes him gasp someone to walk in front of you and act scared, so it might not be real. But if this footage was really found by the next guest, like the description claims, then that's something decides to pay a visit. Published by Navigon in November of 2007, this creepy video shows some dudes practicing in a bedroom. One is playing the guitar, the other is singing, and the third is recording the session. But as it turns out, there's a fourth uninvited guest nearby. And towering in the doorway behind him is a seemingly David F.E. writes, it's a humanoid being about 7. The friend filming doesn't spot the humanoid. The three continue their session without any reaction, and the next time the cameraman pans over, the figure is gone. They must have spotted the humanoid later in the playback, a humanoid that was so close he could have touched them. What would you do if you saw this over your friend's shoulder? Rummaging the video of it. Besides the paranormal, is maybe an insect is crawling across the lens. Number 2. A group of description. If you look closely at the right side of the window, you'll see a shadow figure looking at them. Take a look at what they've caught on tape and tell me if you see a shadow figure on the right.
No, that's a shadow. That's shadow. That's shadow. Exactly.
At first, I thought they were maybe talking about this shadowy figure down here, which is on the right, like they say, but I'm pretty sure that's the shadow of the person holding the camera, and what could be a glowing eye is actually light from their camera too. Also, the person in a red shirt who sees the shadow figure is pointing in an entirely different direction. Like I said, shadow figure caught on camera, if you look close enough, when you do see it, apparently it's really scary. Would you stick around here? I've seen enough horror movies. Image is the scary figure it showcases. What we're seeing here is nothing short of terrifying. This image is currently trending in the Hindi-speaking YouTube community. I came across it on a popular YouTube channel that creates content in this language, and I wanted to share it with you. It's a great example of how unique elements of horror can be found all around the world, each with its own twist. Just a clever effect. Let me know down this video and hit subscribe and then about what I look like in real life. And go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillin. Have you capture, but this still photo gives us a clearer image of the figure. It looks like someone in a long cloak wearing a hat. Though the attire isn't distinct, it looks like clothing from a past time period. Many in the comments say the Old Hills Mountains of Kentucky are known to be haunted. Whether a ghost, a skinwalker, or the devil himself, I'm not sure, but this unknowable being definitely makes me
settle for the status quo.
At Grand Canyon University, we shatter it.
We lead with a pioneering spirit in classrooms that are incubators for bold ideas.
You want opportunity. You want purpose. A chance to lead and serve in meaningful ways.
This is purpose-driven education. Take action. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Visit gcu.edu.
Those who drive it.
It's the BMW i4.
Blah blah. This scary video is trending in the Arabic-speaking YouTube community. Security camera footage captured this paranormal event on camera. Watch for the standing fan. But more terrifying is the sleeping woman's reaction. And her response makes me second guess myself at Jezebel TikTok, but I'm not sure if this is the original source, judging by this woman's use. What do you think is going on here? Number and fine, they're not alone after all. They ignore it and continue forward. After they chase the fake veil, they hear this voice. Though they attempt to chase it down, they never do find out. So I guess for now, it will remain a mystery. Number 13. A camera pans across a tall old mirror. They seem surprised to find a childlike silhouette filling out the frame. As they are studying the child in their shaky gaze, a pair of identical is turning her head slightly. I guess this shadowed child could simply be a large doll. However, even reflect light like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but a lifeless doll should never have glowing eyes. The person recording sees the eyes and tears up the steps in the dark. Number 12. When you hear some unusual noise in your everyday life, do you ever stop to think, what in the world? Coming from his parents' closet, Husky writes, just move. You can see his reflection in the floor-length mark. A strange shadow crosses the camera in bathroom, connected to the we heard for a moment. Who is it? If so, what happened here? Shadow Husky doesn't stay long enough to find out. Can't blame him. Number 11. This then turns her camera to span the room. The filter. The person detecting filter appears to be blending into the psychedelic filter colors around and rightly creeps out. She writes, usually weird. Might just be the spookiest glitch ever. Don't. Number 10. To be one of years ago, detects a paranormal presence on camera. Look out this time, taken from the handheld camera. Clearly, the shadow is caused by something offline. Wasn't sure if the spirit saw itself, while the opposite one stays as still as can be. Something must already be in the home. Ziggy turns on the lights to reveal an all-white figure wave its hand. The curtain closes in the window at this time, but his eerie suspicions of being where they're at to the mystery. His last update was over 7 years ago. Number 7. This 10-minute video shows a noise. What's really weird is that it seems to respond to the voice of a child to count to a certain number here.
11, 10, 11, 12.
Enough, both of these clips seem to figure peeks in from nowhere. This effect and then flew away. Outside and here's a dripping noise. Pipe or something. But look what happens when he even touching anything. Wall here when they slam the door and show them what's inside, and he waits until it starts absolutely nothing inside but this creepy, then zoomed back into focus to make
security teams to automatically identify to learn more. Your hotel and videos.
Number 4. There is a demon in this abandoned house or in the floor. To be a one-hit wonder.
Походу все отключилось. ПГФ вот так больше нет.
Doors were the most intense part of this visit. The demon wouldn't have to YouTuber Dennis of Dark Ghost Paranormal. And soon he doesn't need a cage. Something rattles inside the wardrobe. Away from it fast enough, and later it happens again. Grandma is all around him. But at least this is just a cat. But later he feels like someone is watching him. And it seems that he is right.
Друзья, я думаю, что мне срочно нужно отсюда сейчас уходить.
Because this happens. This is just yet another question that's puzzling the world. Number 2. Strange noises have been happening in Peter's house. It happened again last night, and I was brave and... or whatever is there. He finds nothing in the room. Slam downstairs and louder. Would you stick around here? I've seen enough horror movies to know that it's best to get This image is currently trending in the Hindi-speaking world